Hi, welcome back to the channel. This is going to be the November 2021 reading for Cancer. Now, I'm doing things a little bit differently lately. I'm channeling your energy, looking at your overall emotional energy as I normally would, and then channeling what you've been going through and where you're going to be headed for the next month. I'm going to lay out the cards a little differently so that we can cover career, finance, relationships of all kinds, not just love, and just everyday life issues that you may be facing in the days to come, days and weeks of this month to come, so that I can do you a better service as an intuitive and a reader as well. So, as I said, I'm focusing on your energy, your emotional energy of your recent past is that you've been going through a type of purification where you've already done all of the shadow work and inner work, and you're ready to shed that and move into new skin. So you're going through like a purification process, getting rid of all of the old and leveling up, basically. You've had a wake-up call over, I don't think just one thing, I think it was several things that you actually had a wake-up call about. And this has led you to making those moves to shed those old patterns or pathways that you were on. Maybe a lot of times it was like a repeated lesson just with different people. And I think you're finally learning from that. You've gained a lot of inner strength. You're really learning how strong you are now. And because of this strength now, there's this beautiful blossoming happening within you and around you, where you are actually able and willing to manifest the life that you want and that you deserve. Okay. So then I pulled some cards, and it looks like to me you have lots of choices coming up, not just in love, not just in career, like all of the above. You have multiple choices of things that you can do, opportunities to seize, and I want to say jump on. For some reason, I want to just say jump on them. I feel like you're raring to go and you're eager to um, go in these new directions and take on these new exciting adventures and challenges. To clarify that card, you have the Ace of Wands and the Nine of Cups, which tells me that most definitely you are excited about some type of new opportunities that are before you now that you already know about by the time November got here. And so in the month of November, you're going to be focusing on those different choices and picking the right ones for you, the directions that you really are the most excited about, right? Then you have the Two of Wands, which is about having a partner or a collaborator that has the same vision as you, that has the same goals. You know, their eyes are on the same type of prize, end goal as yours. They may have different ideas from you, but that's what makes you beautiful collaborators. You're working together, you're bouncing ideas off of each other, you're going with both types of ideas to move forward and achieve the same ultimate goal together. And as clarifiers for that, you have the Two of Cups, right? The Two of Cups. And then you also have the Four of Cups in reverse, which tells me that definitely this is some type of partnership or collaboration, and could even be in love. For a lot of you, this could be some beautiful divine partner that you have found, and you guys are going to be amazing together in life in general, in your home space, but also in the world at large, collectively achieving the same ultimate goal in the world, in the real world, right? And that you no longer feel like you're still missing a cup, with the Four of Cups in reverse, this tells me that you finally see an opportunity or multiple opportunities in front of you that says that you no longer have to do without. You no longer have to sacrifice. You no longer have to settle. You had already made up your mind and chose not to settle. And so now all of these beautiful opportunities are being presented to you to move forward with people who are on the same page with you, who are willing to work with you, who want to collaborate and get along with you and be successful in it together. They want to prop you up. They want you to prop them up. It's an equal give and take, whether it's in a personal relationship, romantically, or a business relationship. This is someone who's going to be a very good partner for you, very beneficial, very loving, very compassionate, very 50-50, in it for the long haul, not going to cause friction and turmoil and chaos and bullshit along the way. Really somebody great energetically for you to work with, right? Then for your third card, you have the Five of Cups, which normally means that we feel left out in the cold, or that we're focusing our negative thoughts on the things that didn't work out for us or whatever. But your clarifier cards are actually the Lovers and the Six of Wands, which tells me that if anything, you're merely reflecting upon the past and the things you've been through and seeing the blessings in disguise and seeing the lessons that were there for you to learn along the way, and forgiving yourself, forgiving others, letting it all go, just really looking at it. I mean, look at him. He doesn't look like someone who's in despair. He just simply looks like someone who's reflecting. He's reflecting on what he's been through. And it's been a lot, right? Let's face it, Cancer. You've been through a lot, right? I'm a Cancer myself. I know personally. We've been through the ringer a few times, because when we thought we'd done it and made it through, then another ringer was thrown at us, and then another one, and then another one. And we were tested and tested and tested. And guess what? You've passed all the tests because you have this strength. You have this beautiful strength of the mountains, and you made it. And now you're unfolding all of that knowledge and wisdom that you've learned along the way. You're seeing the lessons in it. You're seeing what you had to learn from it, and even your role in other people's lessons, because it's all about karma, right? Everything that we experience here is all about karma. So you have seen that. You are wiser now. You understand why you had to go through the things you went through. And you finally got the lesson and passed it with flying colors, pretty much, right? So then, and that's amazing. So congratulations to all of you. Like, seriously, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations. On the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Now, in this particular deck, there are two King of Cups. One is the man who sits on the throne, the typical King of Cups. He is loving and compassionate, but also can be impartial in his judgment, etc., so on. This particular King of Cups that you got is the one that's flirtatious and exuberant and rushing into exciting new things in love, in life, in everything. Rushing ahead. I mean, look at him. His shirt's unbuttoned. He's galloping through the water next to the waterfall there with his cup in his hand. And he's not worried about anything. He let go of all those fears and worry. And now he's just moving forward, excited and as fast as he can. And to clarify that, you have the Two of Wands. And this is someone who's excited about their future and their choices, and they're looking out into the world with all of its possibility and wonder, almost with childlike eyes again. That excitement, that hope, the butterflies in your stomach, the zest for life is back, right? So you're excited for the adventures that you're getting ready to take on. And then I have these beautiful new cards that are ancestral wisdom to give to us, wisdom and guidance. And I pulled some of these cards for you as well. You have the Hunter. And in this card, the Hunter, excuse me, the Hunter is someone who tracks down his fears and his happiness. You see, he's this guy. Male or female, doesn't matter. He's this guy right here. He's already conquered his fears. He understands his fears, and he understands that there's nothing to fear but fear itself. So don't let fear in. He knows that. He's a hunter. He's brave. He's bold. He's strength. He's the epitome of strength. And he's a go-getter. He knows how to go after his happiness. He sees clearly. And that's you now. That's you, Cancer. You see clearly. You're moving forward toward your goals without fear. Uninhibited. Complete freedom. Complete liberation. Then you have the Peacekeeper. This is let go of the need to be right. And I think that's a lesson that we've all learned too as Cancerians, is that we don't have to point out to people that we're right, even though we're mostly right. I mean, we are, let's face it. Most of the time we're right, because we're very intuitive and logical and wise. But we don't always have to point it out to people, because that's their lesson to learn. And we've learned that. We've learned that it's okay to be the white buffalo and not be noticed for it. To still walk in your power, right? Then you have the Stargazer. So set your sights higher, because there is no limit. And now that you know how to be in full control of your emotions and your life, and how to manifest and be a magical, beautiful creator, there is no limitation that's too high. So set your sights higher. Go for gold. Go big. Because everything that you go for right now, you've got the Midas touch. You're going to achieve all of your goals, regardless of what they are. Then you have the High Priest, which is intend and create. Put your intent into it and manifest it. You already know how. You already know how. So just keep going with that. And then on the bottom of this deck, you have the Earth Mother, which is the promise of feeling loved and comforted. Because your soul tribe is coming in, your soulmate is coming in, everything that you need, wish, want, and desire is coming in for you. You see, she's pregnant. She's pregnant with the whole world. The whole world is your oyster. The whole world is yours for the taking, as long as you walk in alignment with your true self. Walk in alignment. Stay in that mastery of being brave and honest and pure and beautiful and graceful. Yeah, and being graceful in your movements. Perfect. Yeah, as long as you continue to embrace the energy of peace and love, the world is your oyster. And everything that you wish and desire, the universe will deliver to you. Keep walking in that faith. Keep trusting in that. Okay, now I'm going to pull, this is my other new cards. I'll show you the back of the deck. I don't remember what they're called. What are they called? Soul's Journey. The Soul's Journey. These are going to go along with the past life and the spiritual career cards that we're going to pull in just a moment. I'll read them all to you as soon as I get them out. And pick them up off the floor, right? Because that's how Spirit rolls. It's all good. Okay. Beautiful. I collected these. All right. In the order they came out, we have the denial card. Denial. I acknowledge my fear, but I replace it with the insight of awareness. This is exactly where you are now, right? This is exactly who you have grown up and glowed up to be. You understand not to fear. You've conquered your fears, and that's very good. Acceptance is the next one. I am learning to accept the things that I cannot change. Willpower. That's the thing. That was the hardest lesson to learn, right? You can't control everything because you can't control other people. They all have their own free will. They all learn and grow in their own pace, in their own way, in their own time. We can't rush it. We can't change it. We just have to learn to accept it. And yes, I know. That's a lot of acceptance. A lot of people. I know. I'm aware. The next card is success. I know that there is no greater goal than to love. And man, who better to know that than Cancer, right? Cancerians are the most loving, mother energy, wife energy of the whole zodiac. We know all about love. We know all about nurturing. We know all about forgiveness. And we know that there is success in it. Because look where you are now. Look how far you've come from being who you are. The last card is trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And that's very, very true for Cancerians as well. You're already so very naturally intuitive. And you're really learning to walk in that power and trust that inner voice. Trust that inner compass. Listen to that guidance that Spirit is giving to you. Really beautiful energy. And I just knocked a bunch of damn cards on the floor with my beautiful energy. There they went. It's all good. All right. Moving right along. Move these out of the way. And we are going to do your past life lessons. Past life lessons that you have learned. Cancer. November 2021. What past life lessons will apply to November for Cancer? You're going to love this. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Okay. So you definitely learned a lot from the Greece, Roman era. You feel this in your bones. You feel this in your soul. You know that you had something to do with Greece or Rome or both. You know. You have felt it your whole life. And there were lessons there to learn and bring forth into this time now. You've traveled through many lifetimes learning these important lessons. learning the important lessons of the children, for the children, to teach the children, to heal the children, to pass on the knowledge to the children. I think even since you've been an infant, you have known there's something about you that's different, something that's wiser. You've been through many wars and battles. You've witnessed many of them in this lifetime alone, but in all lifetimes. You are very knowledgeable and wise to the wars and the battles. You're also very skilled in health. You're holistic. You studied the old practices of medicines, Ayurvedic, the Native American ways. You know how you knew about poultices and tinctures and extracts and all of the herbs and what they were good for, and the clays and the muds and the different things. You knew all of it. You were an expert at this in many of your past lives. And that's why it feels familiar to you in this lifetime and interesting and a calling. I think that a lot of you are probably healers of some type, being a Cancerian. You also know the story of the orphan. You know what that feels like. You understand that implicitly, being an empath, living all the lives that you've lived, being such an old soul that has journeyed through so many travels, so many lives, experienced and learned and witnessed from so many different beings, so many different souls. You know this deeply and passionately, and you are very compassionate toward children and their safety and their well-being and being nurtured. You understand each gender implicitly, male or female. You've lived both lives. You know the roles they take on. You know the stereotypical boxes that they're put in. You understand the limitations and where they need to be liberated. And that's part of what you're here to do in this lifetime, is to bring all of this wisdom that you have learned for eons into this current great awakening that we find ourselves in, and share your wisdom with the world and liberate the world so that we can take all of their shackles off. We've learned how to take off our own. Now it's time to teach it to the masses. Pass on the wisdom. Now we're going to go into your spiritual career advice. How you can be most spiritually aligned in your life to fulfill your mission. Fulfill the whole point of why you've brought forth all of this knowledge from these past lives to this particular life that you find yourself in now, in our current situations that we are in. Because all of it is a dot that connects to the Great Awakening. Every bit of it, everything that we've been experiencing, everything. It's all because of the Great Awakening. It's all because of this change that's coming upon us all. And you are part of the volunteer collective group that came here to help be way showers for this time. The first card that came out was light and love. Your main duty in this lifetime is to share your light and love and show people love, show people light. Show them that love does win. The next card that came out is children. Your life purpose is going to involve helping, teaching, protecting, and or healing children. I'm not going to take that one that fell on the floor because it just slipped out of my hand. Practice. Polish your skills by practicing them regularly. Freedom. There's your liberation. You're free to do what you choose. Because you understand free will now. Really, really deeply. You understand free will. I'm being told to pull one more. And a whole bunch of them flip over. Alright, well, let's look at all of them here and see what they are. Heart's desire. The angels are supporting you, guiding you, and protecting you as your dreams become a reality. Writing. You heal, inspire, teach, and entertain with your words that you write. I also feel I heard Spirit say or speak, and I think that's a lot of the times that's how you pass on the light and the love, is just simply through the way you speak to people and come across to them or help them with their situation or whatever it is. Then you have you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing because it's working. Spiritual teacher. Look at that card, guys. Spiritual teacher. Isn't that beautiful? I have a tattoo, actually, that's got all of the religious symbols like that in a circle so that we can learn to someday coexist. That's the point of my tattoo, to coexist with all walks of life. The spiritual teacher, you heal with your classes, your sessions, and your seminars. So maybe a lot of you are thinking about stepping into some type of leadership position where you're going to be teaching people how to get in touch with their spiritual side, much like I am. And I'm a Cancerian. So, kind of cool. Yoga. Your life is enhanced by yoga, stretching, and exercise. And this one, guys, is really important because a lot of times we think, oh, we just need to do a meditation and clear our chakras and blah, blah, blah. But no, actually, sometimes we're so busy sitting in front of a desk or computer that our chakras get blocked that way. So just stand up and stretch or just, do a few yoga poses or something and release that energy and let it flow through you again, right? Let it get out of you. I'm guilty of that myself. I always have to make notes and remind myself, get up and stretch or get up and do some yoga, do something, move around a little bit, let your body's energy flow naturally again. Because when you sit still or lay still or even stand still, your flows get clogged up. They're not going to move as smoothly in those areas that aren't moving. So, we got to keep it moving. Energy healing. Your natural energy healing abilities, excuse me, are an important part of your life purpose. And I do feel that as Cancerians that a lot of you have the ability to be energetic healers, like Reiki healers and such, as I am myself. And maybe you just don't even realize yet that you have that ability within you. But the further you tap into yourself and your gifts, and just spirit, simply tapping into spirit and trusting your intuition, those gifts are going to open up to you to where you realize that you do have them. Because, well, everybody has them, to be quite frank. Every single person on this planet has the ability to heal themselves and others through energy. But Cancerians particularly are very strong at this because they're very intuitive naturally, very psychic naturally. There's some other signs that are also very intuitive naturally and can tap into those healing abilities. Aquarius, Scorpio, Pisces, there are several other. It's not inclusive to Cancerians. They're just sort of at the top of the list with it, because they're the ones that are really in their power with the intuition, stronger than everybody else. So these are your love angel oracle cards, and you do have new love or passion coming at you and you're going to want to get away with just you and this person and really lay in their energy, is how I want to say it. You want to bask in their light. You want to really let it consume you inside and out. And I don't blame you. I mean, all the stuff you've been through, that we've all been through, once we find that true love, that soulmate energy, yeah, we're just going to want to roll around in it. Dip ourselves in it, right? Take a dip. Your third card that you got, it is safe for you to love. So if there is someone who has just come into your life, or that's been in your life and you're worried, excuse me, worried about whether or not they're going to play you like other people have, Spirit is saying to trust them, that this is something for you to feel safe in, and for you to open your heart and be ready to give and receive the highest energy of all, which is real love. And I know, Cancerians, that's like your one true wish that you may have even given up on, but it's still your one true wish. And pay attention to those red flags from other people, right? There are signs that are cautioning you about the people that you're not supposed to be involved with, and you need to stop ignoring those signs. Pay attention to them. Listen to them. That is Spirit trying to help protect you. As I just told my friend the other day, rejection is actually God's protection. So these are my 111 cards. This is direct from Spirit channeled messages. They like to talk. Okay. Make sure I didn't drop another one. Clear your head. Stay in control of your emotions. Get in touch with your inner child. Keep going. You are the scales. Find your balance. Connect with Spirit more. Remember that words are vibration, so if you speak it, you can create it. Continue to meditate and use your intuition, and to remember that you always have the ability to make your wishes come true, and to be mindful of your breath. That is very important. Be mindful of your breath, because whenever we're getting nervous or fearful or whatever, our breath is going to be more shallow and quick, instead of, deep and cleansing and slow and confident and comfortable. Okay, so now we're going to pull a rune. And I will show you what the rune looks like. I think that's strength. Can you see that? It's like a weird N. Yeah, maybe you can see it now. Strength. Strength, manhood, womanhood, the wild ox. The rune of terminations and new beginnings. Drawing a ruse indicates that the life you have been living has outgrown its form. That form must die so that new energy can be released in a new form. This is a rune of passage, and as such, part of the cycle of initiation. Positive growth and change, however, may involve a descent into darkness as part of the cycle of the perpetual renewal. As in nature, this progressive progression consists of 5 aspects: death, decay, fertilization, gestation, and rebirth. Events occurring now may well prompt you to undergo a death within yourself. Since self-change is never coerced, we are always free to resist. Remain mindful that the new life is always greater than the old. Prepare, then, for the opportunity disguised as a loss. It could involve the loss of someone or something to which you had an intense emotional bond, and through which you are living a part of your life, a part that must now be retrieved so you can live it out for yourself. In some way, that bond is being severed, a relationship radically changed, a way of life coming to an end. Seek among the ashes and discover a new perspective and a new strength. The ancient symbol for Uruz was the aurochs, or a wild ox. When the wild ox was domesticated, an immensely difficult task, it could transport heavy loads. Learn to adapt yourself to the demands of such a creative time, carrying a heavy load, being strong, being brave. Firm principles attached to this rune. At the same time, humility is also called for, since in order to rule, you must learn how to serve. Your ruse puts you on notice that your soul and the universe support the new growth. You see, this fits perfectly with what I'm talking about here. You've shed that old skin. You're learning who you are and what you are and what can be for you in your future because of it. So you leave all the bad stuff behind. You leave the baggage behind. You don't pack it and take it with you. You've learned those lessons. You reflected on it. You see where it was actually a lesson. It wasn't something to beat you up. It wasn't something to knock you down. It was something to lift you up and make you stronger. And you are very strong, Cancerians. You're very, very strong. So I want you to stand tall, stand proud, love yourself, and congratulate yourself and celebrate the accomplishments that you have been through, that you've made it through. Celebrate them. Rejoice in them. Be proud of them. Healthy ego is a good thing. It's an important thing, right? So congratulations. And I think the month of November is going to be a really exciting time for you, with lots of beautiful collaboration with beautiful souls that are your soul tribe, are your soulmates. And yes, there are many. And it's going to be people that you always hoped you knew. You always knew that you know. You just hadn't met them yet. And you missed them. And now they're here. So rejoice in that. Celebrate it. Have a party. Right? And cheers to you and cheers to me. And let's do great big things for the future and for the world, right? Together. All right. I'll see you soon for another reading. Take care. And check out the links below. And, like, subscribe, all that good stuff so that the algorithms will pick up on YouTube. I appreciate you much. I love you much. Be well, be blessed. And I will see you soon.